thing feels like a log when it hits rocks. Dude, that middle hole's a little stouter than I thought. Did you see it? I went right down the center. So I just did a quick little walkthrough. Now what I'm going to do is a little on-water review. It feels lighter than the Indra and Reactor. I don't know exactly what the weight specs is on this. To me, it feels about 45 pounds. Definitely feels lighter here. Do some quick, kind of like flat water paddling here. Well, it's crazy. Even in flat water, the boat feels stiff. A very stiff feel. Good stability. It's got this rolling stability. So the thigh braces are not that stiff in this thing. They're very flexible. I'd almost kind of like put a block of foam in there. I think I'm gonna move the bulkhead back to make it tighten up a little more right here. But first paddle strokes here in flat water, this thing feels good. There was zero flex on that. Pretty responsive on the way it kind of like spins around. Look at this phantom guy. We tried to hit him. Maybe that's a boof right there. See, that felt like a sharp rock. That would worry me in my other boat. So maybe this plastic kind of gives you that ability to go for boofs that you normally don't really go for. Little stern tap. It's a little squirrely from side to side, but I think that's what gives it a responsiveness. It has a spring back feature with that stiffer plastic. It like it hits and then it almost springs you back. The rail is like, seems to be there. You have to really drive your hip down to engage it. Has that kind of reactor feel on spinning around. Pretty easy to kind of lift that bow up. I do notice that. You can do that kind of sweet boof. That back edge grabbed a little bit right there. beast skip. I think this is a decently fast 9-foot racer. I would use this in a race. This is always a tricky one. The beast! Beast mode! They even put it on there, beast mode, so you don't forget. I got the little boat skip. There's the fast line. It's both surprisingly fast for its length. And I think because it doesn't have any flex, that helps it out. It's faster because it doesn't flex as much. Just creaking, this thing feels great. It seems like you need to be careful how you drive that bow up there with those flat edges, but you can dig them in when you need to, and however you hit a hole is how you're probably going to come out of this thing. By the way, don't get stuck down in there. I've been in that little gap before. It is no bueno in that little gap. Surprisingly, it will push you back in there, and it's really hard to get out. Not too bad. Let's try a roll. Yeah, you do lock in right here on this outside edge. It's not bad rolling. Not a bad rolling boat. It's very quick on its come-ups. All day of paddling, and that's all the water I got in. It's a pretty dry boat. The responsiveness is nice doing these around river type moves. It's quick in its movement around the river. Might be a little tippy for some in this back edge. The black box, time to run the box. See how this one goes. A little bit of tail grab there. All right, everybody, final thoughts here on the Beast, the Prijon Beast. Check it out. Beast mode button right there. It's an interesting boat because number one, I can't go on enough about this plastic. The plastic is more responsive. Not only is it durable, but one thing it really does, let me get over here in this corner so I quit washing away. One thing that this plastic does the best, it's very responsive on rocks and current. So you have more like an ability of a composite boat. This is as close to a composite kayak as you can get and still be plastic. This design, very solid. I think they did a really good job on this, everybody. The outfitting, now what I did, I pulled the bulkhead back all the way to push my knees up in this real tight because look how flimsy that right there is. I'm not a fan of how flimsy that is, but you lock more into here and those are kind of like a secondary grab. I am back farther than what I normally would to push my knees up in there. I think I can get used to it. I'd almost move these a little bit, tinker around with them. There's 2 slots there and they just kind of move along the slots. I thought it was fine. Throw up holder could be a little better. The seat is a seat pad, just a foam pad. Surprisingly comfortable. It does lift me up a little high. I feel like I'm sitting a little high up in the boat, like I'm higher up, which I don't mind that. I can go low, I can go high. It really doesn't matter that much to me. This thing really is like a beast on skipping out of drops. Very impressive on that. It gets back, it lifts, and it takes off. It's aggressive in that bow. Everybody, I'm really glad to see Prijon making another appearance here in the US. I know they were kind of hard to get, and from what I understand, he has a few Beast and a few Prijon Pikes and a few other ones. If you want to get these, get a hold of Don at High Waters Hobbies, and I think he could hook you up on this. I'm a believer in this boat. I think Prijon did a really good job on it. Design-wise, outfitting, that's another day, but you know what? I made it work. I've been in worse and I've been in better. There it is, everybody. That's all I got today on the, the Prijon Beast, the Beast mode. If you can read that, I don't know what that says. Can you tell if that says Beast or not? Hey, Matt, what do you got?
Phantom, first time paddling.
Check this guy out. Matt in the Phantom Menace Matt.
Is this 12 years old?
What's that? No, that came out in 2017. 2016 maybe.
I don't hate it for the, I'd say it's not bad.
It's solid. It's a solid boat.